Dr. Hootie Warren is one of many scientists at Fred Hutch whose team has an ongoing need to acquire, process, and store data. In this case, the data is different than what you might expect, and it requires more than a fast network and server space.
Tissues are data. A typical cell has a nucleus. Into that nucleus is packed the DNA of that cell. That DNA will be packaged into 46 chromosomes, 23 pairs, and there will be in one set of 23 chromosomes 3.3 billion letters of DNA. Scientists are increasingly finding that there's high order and structure with which those building blocks of DNA are packaged in the nucleus. And so tissue and its structure is data without question. It's just stored in a different format than zeros and ones in the memory of some computing device.
The tissue samples containing the data Dr. Warren needs come from cancer patients and research participants around the world. Those tissues are processed, transported, and painstakingly preserved in Fred Hutch's Biorepository.
It will always involve the preparation of that tissue for freezing, because it's unlikely that whatever studies that will be performed are all going to be performed immediately after its acquisition. All of us know how incredibly rapidly technology is moving forward. It's accelerating with a startling rate. But our understanding is also accelerating. And the questions that I will ask tomorrow and all my colleagues will ask tomorrow, we probably have no clue about today. And if we didn't have the opportunity to preserve tissue and ask the smarter question tomorrow instead of the dumber question today, we wouldn't be able to make real progress.
That's why people like Chris Lewis and his team are so important. Chris is a senior program manager on Fred Hutch's facilities engineering team. They're the people who planned, built, and continuously monitor a complex system of freezers located in labs and equipment corridors around campus. But the biggest collection of freezers is located in this building that contains what's referred to as the freezer farm.
I think there are approximately 2,000, give or take right now, monitored scientific freezers on the campus. And monitoring all of those is really a challenge because we have to do that 24/7.
If a freezer failed, it would lead to the thawing of all the samples. That will destroy its usefulness for really careful, precise scientific investigation. So it's critically important that all of our freezers and refrigerators be connected to facilities monitoring stations that allow us in real time to respond to any freezer or refrigerator failure.
You'll find people all the time when they have a failure of their freezer, we have people transferring contents almost immediately because we don't want to take the time and take the chance of losing the science.
But that raises the question, what happens to the freezers and all those tissue samples if there is a system-wide power failure? Well, they plan for that too.
We're standing in one of the many generator rooms around campus. Each major building has one of these. And the generators run from this size, which is about 1 megawatt, to twice this size. The whole purpose of that is to protect the science. So when the power goes out, these keep the lights on, these keep the data center going, and most importantly, it provides electricity to the freezers. Because without that, we start a time clock. And fortunately, it's not immediate, but if the power goes out and not restored, the temperature in the minus 80 freezers start to creep. And we only have so many hours to get the power back on or to get that content moved somewhere else. Somewhere in the neighborhood of about 12 megawatts total on campus. And that's enough to run a small city, which we are. There's 4,000 people who work here, and there's 1.6 million square feet of science happening here, whether it's data centers, wet labs, data science, all the rest of that. It happens here, and we need to be ready to go.